filled with love and joy to be here with all of you. We are 25 strong in the Zoom room. If you are watching the live in Facebook, I want to invite you to click the link in the description and come into the Zoom room with us. Turn your camera on so we can see your beautiful face and feel more deeply connected to your energy. I'm Monica Painter, you probably know by now, and this is Saber Bruffy, and we are so excited to be holding space, opening space, womb space, heart space for all of you on this new moon in Pisces. So I'm going to invite everyone to take a deep breath, come into presence, and slow down. I have a tendency to get all fired up with my words and the message that wants to come through, and I really want to be soft, open, and receptive, and invite all of you to the same experience of open receptivity and softness, an invitation to reclaim stillness. Feel the shift in the field. I have chills all over my body. Do you feel that? Take a deep breath into your womb space. And whether you have a physical womb or not does not matter. Energy is more powerful than anything physical. We all have an etheric womb. Let's reclaim our creative power. Take radical responsibility for our destiny. Take another deep breath into your womb space, into your heart, into your mind, connecting all three. Again, feel the shift in the field, in your body. Open your chest, drop your shoulders, relax your hips, be heavy into Pachamama, beautiful Mother Earth. Setting the stage for only the highest of frequencies to come in and share this space with us. Fortifying our field with an impenetrable layer of protection that only the highest frequencies shall co-create with all of us and our wombs. We no longer consent to hiding, running, silencing. We no longer consent to fear, shame, guilt. Take a deep breath. We are here for this sacred ceremonial womb reclamation. We are harnessing the power of the elements, the new moon in Pisces, the sacred alignment of the planets. We are harnessing the power of our womb and our sacred blood that flows from us cyclically. We are reclaiming the cyclical nature of our beings. We are empresses. We are goddesses. We are witches. We are reclaiming that word right now in this moment. And as you stay super present with your womb, super present with your heart, place your hands over your womb and your heart if that feels aligned for you. Feel your heartbeat. Drop your heartbeat into your womb. Radiate your heartbeat into your mind. And listen to these words. The word witch originated from the term Wicca, meaning wise one, meaning one who bends and shapes. Witches are revered healers, midwives, herbalists, spiritual guides, energy benders, shapers, and molders. We are reclaiming the knowledge and the power of our land, our cycles, our bodies. We are the caretakers of this sacred sisterhood, of this sacred planet, of the universe, of the multiverse. And we no longer submit or consent to the inversion. And I want you to say that out loud or in your mind. We no longer consent to the inversion. Our herbs, our bodies, our cycles, our moon, our planets, this universe belongs to us. And say it, declare it now. We are the reclamation. Deep breath. Open and soften. Open and soften. Feel your womb. Do you feel the vibration? Do you feel the vibration, Empresses? Let that ripple and radiate beyond the beyond the beyond as we call in all of our sacred guides, our soul guides. Let's go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass it over to Saber, and she's going to share with us the why. Why are we here together in sacred sisterhood now that we are fully present, fully activated? Tell me in the comments how you're feeling. And she's going to share with us the history of this inversion, the trickery from a place of empowerment, right? We're going to do some EFT tapping, some body movement to really move that energy, powerful and calm. Ah, I love it. And then we're going to offer you an invitation tomorrow to access, to feel, to plug in to the vehicle of reclamation, because we can talk about it, Empresses. We can dance about it. We can sing about it. But how? What is the vehicle? What is the undercurrent that we desire to create, to ride the waves of in order to anchor our soul's mission on this planet? This is what we came for. So we're setting the intention right now to open the field to the highest frequencies, the highest timelines, the highest guidance, that our creations get to be beyond our wildest dreams. So it is.
And
Beautiful
so it
statement.
is. Thank you for that. Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Can I get it in the comments? Wow, it is such an honor to be here with you all. We have 41 in the room. So again, if you're watching in the Facebook group, come join us. Come join us. Happy new moon, happy dark moon. This is such a special time. Everything that comes through in our Water Witches community is just divinely guided and channeled, and really ultimately something we're moving through. So I want to just really let you all know we all here together. Me and Monica are not like gurus or empresses. I mean, we are empresses, but experts. That was the word I was saying. We're all empresses here. But ain't nobody an expert, okay? Ain't nobody a guru. There is always a learning. We always are the student, and we are always on the ongoing evolution of our magic and our wisdom. So thank you for being here. No matter where you're at in your journey, I just honor you for being here and being a part of this transmission, because there has been a lot of, especially within our community, we actually used to be called the wealth warriors. And it's recently transitioned into water witches. And it was so fascinating that the word witch, it brought up a lot of things for a lot of the women in our community. Because a lot of women, they were like, well, I don't consider myself a witch. And I was like, but you are. Like, this is actually my true full belief. You are 100% a witch, whether you realize it or not, because you know what? As Monica shared, the word witch, it literally is a woman that's connected to the unseen realms, which is every woman that has the void in her cauldron of her womb. Yeah? Breathe that in. Did you know that there have been books published in the 1300s on how to catch a witch? Deep misogynistic books. Like, this is where misogyny started. This is where patriarchy started. And we're not here to be like, oh, the patriarchy. We're here to be like, oh, the patriarchy. And to acknowledge and to recognize our past, wherever you come from. Whether your history is in Africa or in Europe or the UK or in Australia or in the States, South Americas, the witch was the one that was connected to the land. So in these books that were published in the 1300s, did you know it was like if you had a cat, if you had a cat, if you worked with herbs, if you worked with the land in any way whatsoever, or the moon, God forbid, you were accused of being a witch and burned at the stake. So isn't it no wonder why women have such a hard time expressing themselves verbally, sexually? No wonder. Imposter syndrome. You know, men don't really have this. When men start to step into their power, step into their gifts, step into their mission, they kind of just bullhorn it, right? They're like, they don't give a shit at how messy they are. But us women, we are so concerned about what we look like, if we're going to be accepted, if we're going to be validated, if people are going to like us, or people are going to judge us, if people are going to accept us. I think I already said that. And it makes us put ourselves in a box, and we block ourselves from our true potential. So if you're an entrepreneur, which if you are, actually put a yay if you're an entrepreneur, put a nay if you're like, I'm not one yet, but like I desire to be. Yay, 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 yay. Yeah. Honestly, I believe, oh my God, there's so many yays. That's so awesome. Um, I truly believe you cannot step into this world of entrepreneurship if you are not going to heal your witch wound and acknowledge these core roots. Because look, men do the mindset thing all day, okay? But I know so many women. I have worked as a global mentor, teaching women around the globe to tap into our liquid legacy freedom model to start the path towards generational wealth for the last 5 years. Biggest block, including myself, still working on it. As I mentioned, I'm not here like saying, I've done it. However, the biggest block is not, okay, the mindset is where it starts, right? Yes, it's important work, but it's also heart set and womb set, right? Are we allowing ourselves to really take up space in these areas? And it is just flabbergasting to me that women who have such powerful medicine to share. It's almost like the more powerful the medicine you have, the more imposter syndrome a woman has, because it brings up this memory that is literally stored in your DNA, in your wombs, that it's not safe. That it's not safe to be seen, to take up space, to be outspoken, to tell your truth. Oh my gosh. I recently launched a podcast. It's called Radiance Unleashed and Unapologetic, by the way. A little shameless plug. But it was a project of mine that I told myself, I was like, when I turn 30 years old, I want to start a podcast in homage to my mother. My mother passed away by suicide 15 years ago. As a witch who never healed her witch wounds. She had so much magic. Literally, this woman was super psychic, drop dead gorgeous, ridiculously smart. She could work on cars, she could build houses, she could work on computers, she could do any kind of art project. She could pick up any musical instrument and play it, no matter what. She beat men in weightlifting competitions. She could sing like an angel. She danced and won dance competitions. But she could not step into her reclamation for herself and her body. She was really put in this box within society and was hurt by men, as many of us have been. But she never reclaimed it. So she did all this magic. But the real magic was her learning how to truly step into her power, allow her mess to be her message, to be the alchemy of her wounds. And so I was like, okay, Radiance Unleashed and Unapologetic, I'm launching it on my mom's, what would have been 65th birthday, which was just on February 17th. And it was such an initiation for me. It was fucking hard. I cried, actually. My first podcast that I tried it. I was like, God, I need to just get out of my own way and record it. I've gone on live, I've done these different things. I've even spoke on stages in the last 5 years. But there was something about finally actually being very intentional with my real, raw, unapologetic truth. Like, you can't launch a podcast called Radiance Unleashed and Unapologetic if you're trying to put yourself in a box, right? Like, it's such an invitation for yourself to step into that. And I realized how deep this went. I realized how deep this went of this true vulnerability of what it means to truly be seen. So I went and I explored over reflecting of how I've interacted with this dark feminine energy. And the thing that I've come to terms with is the void that we avoid is there for our deepest healing. And so many people, what do we say when let's say someone's going through deep grief or sadness or loneliness, there's a death in the family, there's trauma, there's heartache. What do we say? We say we're going through a dark time. We label these emotions as they're good or they're bad, right? I don't love the term light worker at all because it gives this bypassing of the shadow of the darkness, this void that everybody avoids. Almost to the point that if you go into this darkness, it's something everybody avoids because it's not something that we have been taught to really embrace and love, this shadow aspect of ourselves, these dark parts of ourselves, these taboo, raw, unapologetic, dare I say, erotic parts of us. The things that turn us on that we think maybe we shouldn't. Anything that our good girl comes up where it's like, oh, no, we shouldn't be like that. We got to play it safe. We got to play it small. We got to be likable. We got to be lovable. This is what we're clearing today, okay? This is what we're clearing today. The dark feminine energies. I really invite you to actually write this book down. Oh, let me actually look at what I want to tell you what it's called. One second. It's on my Spotify. There we are. Mysteries of the Dark, the healing powers of the dark goddess. Mysteries of the dark moon, the healing powers of the dark goddess. It's by Demetra George. So spelled Demetrageorge. It'll give you much more in depth of this, but some of the things that was really illuminating when I was reading this book was about how the raw, taboo, unapologetic, raw sexual nature has been stripped down to be, let's take Mother Mary, for instance. Mother Mary, the Virgin of Christianity, right, who gave birth to Jesus Christ. Virgin, did you know the virgins used to be women who were fully sovereign in their sexuality? That's what the actual history, her story, not his story, her story of the virgin is actually a woman in her raw, unapologetic nature. There were women, priestesses, where men would sleep with women and they would be initiated into their masculinity. Exactly, that's the inversion, 100%. Mary was stripped away from all that was actually truly sacred. And we were told that what is sacred is being modest, is being a good girl. It like makes me angry. And it's important to feel that anger, right? And that rage, that sacred rage, the suppression from so many fucking cultures all around the world. It doesn't matter where you come from. Organized religion has stripped the divine feminine, and it always has been the women who have actually ruled the world. It always has been us, where source has been birthed and created. I feel sacred rage tears coming through. So this is why Monica and I have been moving through some deep shadow shifts. So we wish to bring to you today a clearing of this, because we recognize we're hosting a castle coronation ceremony in England called Reclamation. We're working with the Empress energy from the tarot cards, hence the gold and red everything. Monica's the blue Empress. I'm the red Empress. Nice to meet you all. And we're cultivating this Empress Codex grid for women who are feeling the call to step into their reclamation. This isn't about our retreat, by the way. We do actually have ways that you can actually get a free ticket to the retreat. And this is what we're going to speak about in Liquid Legacy tomorrow. Tomorrow, day 2, is for the women who are like, okay, I get it. I get the healing, but I'm ready for the anchoring of the true power and the true legacy in sisterhood. We'll talk more about that on day 2. But what's so powerful is once we activated this vision after a water fast that we did at the beginning of this year, so much came through about the sacred rage around the suppression of the divine feminine and her true, raw, unapologetic wisdom. And it has brought up so many shifts for us within our own lives. And we just wish to bestow upon you some really powerful tools for you to radically reclaim. This is going to be something you can continue to watch on the replay. You'll be able to actually take what you learned here, especially with Monica's tapping, because she's going to help us with getting this out of the body. But this isn't like a one and done thing, right? This is something that we continue to anchor together. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to you, Monica, to actually share your transmission. I'm really excited for this. And one thing I just want to share briefly before I hand this over to Monica is Monica has been teaching me to connect with my womb. I have experienced the dark feminine in a lot of ways, like big shadow ways that go through some deep, as we all do, right? Deep shadow portals to allow us ourselves the healing that we need to see. But Monica has introduced me to a deeper level discernment and clearing and reclamation of my sexual and sensual nature as within, so without within the womb. And it has done numbers on my intuitive downloads, on my discernment, what I'm available for, in my breath, in my body, in my voice. I'm really excited for you all to hear from her today and receive from her. Thank you, Monica.
Thank you so much, Saber. Oh, my pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure to be here and share this gift that I'm just channeling through, from Mother, Father, God. Before we start, I want to speak to the way in which Saber and I really exemplify and amplify this sacred sisterhood womb creation. That even when you're not present inside of a container with us like this, you've said yes. And when you say yes, the work begins immediately. And there's so much work going on between all of us in the quantum. We have no clue what our higher selves are doing together, really. All of these versions of self, we are co creating in the quantum. And just saying yes to being present with Saber and I, you're saying yes to co-creating with the divine feminine, with the Empress and Emperor energy, with the sacred sisterhood. We are truly ushering back and recoding this concept, this ceremony of creating magic together in a very different way. Yes, are we showing up and leading some online classes and doing activations and doing interviews online? That's all great. But that's a teeny tiny piece of it. It's more about the energy. And so I want to invite you now to place your hand on your womb, open your chest, drop your shoulders, and invite in sacred sisterhood again. Because there are so many years that have passed, eons and eons, that we have been pitted against each other, used against one another. And somewhere along the line, we became, the housewives of wherever. You know what I'm talking about? That show, right? And there are many versions of that show, right? Like the gossipy, backstabbing. They pitted us against us because together we are so powerful, right? And imagine you, as a sovereign being, get to create your own version of what Saber and I are doing. Imagine plugging into a space and a community where you get to find your Saber. You get to invite in your Monica. There are no words to describe to you as you hold your womb right now. The level of joy and bliss and satisfaction that I'm experiencing in my business and my mission through my womb waters. That's what we're doing here. We are activating, reclaiming the power of the waters within our womb. And so as you continue to hold your womb, just hold her. She's missed you. She's felt ignored for eons. And I want you to tune in to the power that is your womb and just hold her as I share something else with you. I want to invite you to connect with your feminine ancestry, 7 generations forward and 7 generations back. Just set the intention now. And I have this vision of these Russian dolls. Do you know what I'm talking about? The dolls that are stacked inside of one another. See yourself inside of the womb of the earth. And now invite your mom and your grandma, maybe your grandma's grandma, however far back and forward you feel like going. Invite them into the womb of Mother Earth. Invite in your children and see your children as the little Russian dolls inside of you. And then see their children inside of them. And on and on, I'm seeing this visual of a mirror. You know how when you look in a mirror, you go on and on and on and on and on. Relax your shoulders, open your chest, relax your hips, soften your body, feel your womb. Deep breath, low belly breath. I want you to speak the names either out loud or in your mind of your mother and your grandmother and your great grandmother now, and your children, even your fur babies, maybe. Speak them now, inviting them into this container with us. And we're here to witness now and understand that not everyone came to be the one to reclaim and liberate their lineage. Your grandmother actually agreed not to. She agreed to stay asleep. Or your great grandmother agreed to stay asleep through her life. But she agreed to be the portal by which you eventually came into this earth plane to do your light and dark work. Maybe your mother agreed to stay asleep as well. Maybe she agreed to be your rude awakening. Maybe you don't have such a great relationship with your mother. Maybe your mother has changed form and you miss her. We get to witness our mothers, our grandmothers, our great grandmothers for the role that they agreed to play to ultimately usher you in to be the one your lineage has been waiting for, my dear. Because if you are here, you are the one. Deep breath. I want to invite you to take 2 or 3 fingers and gently start tapping with 1 or 2 hands on your womb space. Very gentle tapping. Soften your hips, be heavy on the earth. As you gently tap, going to share with you what tapping is and how it works through the body. There are bundles of nerves throughout the body. These are acupressure points. They're connected by energetic meridians in the body that are also physically manifested through vessels in the body. When we access these energetic and physical spaces, we allow our body and our energy field to alchemize anything that no longer serves and to amplify those thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, patterns that do serve us to access our highest timeline. Deep breath. As we tap, we soothe and calm our nervous system. We tell our bodies we are safe, and we invite in, through that safety, that knowingness of safety, the shift, the energies that want to serve, the shifts that want to come, the alchemy that desires to happen. As we tap, we reconstruct the neural pathways in our brain on a level that we cannot even comprehend with the physical mind. It seems so simple, but there's so much shifting as we tap on our womb space, witnessing our womb, sending vibrations of healing, light and dark, through our womb space. These ripples move from our body and into the quantum, connecting us with all of those who desire a similar pathway, a similar reclamation, a similar mission. Deep breath. If your hand is tired, I'm going to invite you to use the other hand. Keep tapping. You may want to cry, to move your body, to laugh. You may sneeze, cough, burp, fart. It's all off gassing, releasing anything that's ready to shift and move. Deep breath. Yes, you may feel very emotional. Breathe through it. Use the breath to harness the shift. Deep breath. Yawning. Yes, yawning is beautiful. A beautiful shift. Now I'm going to invite you to move your tap to your heart space. 3 or 4 fingers, maybe 2 fingers if you need to keep it light. Yes, sneezing. You will experience sneezing too. Yes, beautiful. Deep breath. Breathe into your heart. And as you tap, visualize the energy of your womb, the golden energy of your womb, and the darkness, the dark black void of your womb. See it trickling up to your heart as your womb communicates with your heart. Deep breath. Ah, nice deep breaths. The more deep breathing you do, the more powerful and gentle the shift will become. You may get dizzy. It's okay. It's okay if you get dizzy. Deep breath. Tap all around your heart chakra. I'm going to invite you to use some frequency to hum. Doesn't matter what pitch it is. It could be a high pitch or a low pitch. I think this recording will pick up a lower pitch for me. And so I'm going to hum a little bit, a deep hum. I want to invite you to hum as well so that your unique frequency can vibrate through your body, inviting your body into healing in any way that it desires. Your body knows innately what you need. As you hum, notice the golden light that radiates from your body and the dark, the blackness like a smoke radiating from your body. It's not good or bad. It just is. It is the shift that your body and your field desire. We are gifting back to the earth all of the pain and suffering we have said yes to, all of the pain and suffering that our ancestors have endured in order to be your portal of entrance. I'm going to invite you to roll your neck back and forth, around in a full circle. If it feels good, as you keep tapping on your heart, you may get a little dizzy. It's okay. Just make sure you're in a safe space. Inviting you to use the frequency of your own voice. Some moans. Deep breaths. Deep breath. Yawn, sneeze. Roll your shoulders a little bit. Lots of chills. Yes, yes. You can move your hips a little bit. And now I'm going to invite you to move your tap to your head, rolling your shoulders, tapping all over the head, inviting that energy to move up from the womb and the heart into the head, inviting the head to be the pathway of execution of the womb creation and the heart's desire. Inviting the mind to know that the mind is safe. Inviting the lower reptilian brain to rest and soften, that part of the brain that wants to keep us safe, the part of that brain that thinks that we need to run and hide. We don't need to do that anymore. We are safe to share our prowess, our Empress energy, our witchy goddess frequency with the world. Our herbs, our tinctures, our spells of the highest. Deep breath. Even tapping your neck and your shoulders. Move your hips if you need to. Oh, I'm like shivering kind of, it's like, that shiver when you're outside in the cold. It's like my body wants to shake and release. And this is what happens. You feel like you need to shake it out. Shake it out. Keep tapping if you want to, or close up your tap and move your body. You know, when a deer is afraid and retreats, they run away. They stop when they know they're safe and they shiver. They shiver so that they move all of that fear out of their body. How many times you've been afraid and not moved it out of your body? Eons of ancestral fear stored in our body that wants to move and shiver and shake. Ah, make some noise. Does it feel weird to you? Do you have any resistance around making the noise and shaking it out? It's okay. Lean into the resistance. We get to be seen and heard and loud and bold. Ooh, okay. You may feel nauseous. If you're nauseous, soften, connect with the earth, take a drink of water, maybe. Ask Pachamama, Mother Earth, to support you. Invite in Mother, Father, God to soften your field. Allow there to be a tempering, a dampening of the shift, a gentleness, a grace in the shift. And now keep shaking, keep moving, keep tapping if you feel called. You may feel called to tap your entire body. Tap through. Now we're going to move our body, okay? Now do this in a safe way. If you feel dizzy, maybe lay on the floor to move your body. We want to move the body, invite the body to move to activate that shift. We've stirred up a lot of energy in our nervous system. And now we get to use the field, connect with the field and the movement of the bodies in order to let it go, alchemize what we've stirred up, anchor it in. So let's move, Empresses.
Is this where you want me to come on? I didn't get the cue.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to acknowledge someone said they're nauseous. If you're feeling nauseous, keep breathing through it. Just keep breathing and tapping. You're releasing so much. So I'm gonna play a song and it's really powerful, okay? So what the invitation is, just keep moving and flowing as I talk. What the excuse-moi, this pole. What the invitation is for this movement practice is to just take up space. Like you can keep tapping, just think of this taking up space, yeah? Like really inviting with your body to fucking finally take up space and circles, particularly in your hips, because you're gonna have a lot of energy in the hips too. So you can do lots of circle. Oh, I just popped. You do lots of circles with your hips. You can invite circles with your wrists, with your chest, with your neck. Just think circles, taking up space. I'm not going to give you any complicated prompts other than that, okay? And then with also, just don't think about it. Don't think about how it looks. This is about moving the energy through the body. This is not a performance dance. And keep tapping. And as you listen to the lyrics of this really potent spoken word song, think of the sounds and the lyrics. Perfect.
I just lost your audio, Saber. Yeah, I cannot hear you.
How about now?
Yep.
Okay, when did I cut off?
It was like the last sentence.
Okay, perfect. I don't need to talk during the song. I think my mic died. That's fine. Divine timing. All right, I'm gonna play the song and then take the prompts and we'll do it together. And I'll put this on gallery view so we can all dance together. All right, here we go.
Darkness is only the absence of light. Like loneliness is the reason we fight. And fear is the reason we might never know what it'd be like if we all realized the meaning of our lives and lived as if life depended on the gifts we tried to hide. Whoever told you you can't fly was afraid of heights you reach if you try. You better free your mind before they illegalize thought. There's a war going on. The first casualty was truth, and it's inside you. The universe is counting on our belief that faith is more powerful than fear. And in that shifting moment, we'll all remember why we're here. In a world where you're assassinated for having a dream, and the rich spend 9 billion a year to control our ideas, and visions are televised, so things aren't what they seem. We gotta believe in a world where there's room enough for everyone to breathe. Cause reality is made of 7 billion thoughts who made up their mind of what's real and what's not. So I stopped believing in false idols of war, greed, and hate is not worth my faith. And my mind's dedicated to justice, and my soul's devoted to love, and love is God, and God is truth, and truth is you, and you are me, and I am everything, and everything is nothing, and nothing is the birthplace of creation, and transformation is possible, and you are proof. And the most powerful tool in the hands of the oppressor is what's inside our heads. And the most dangerous weapon to combat the deception lives inside our chest. Hold a mirror to your heart. What does it reflect? What will be the message of the legacy we've left? We were born right now for a reason. We can be whatever we give ourselves the power to be. And right now we need dream weavers, bridge builders, truth sayers, light bearers, food growers, womb healers, trailblazers, life lovers, peace makers. Give what you most deeply desire to give. Every moment you are choosing to live, or you are waiting. Why would a flower hesitate to open? Now is the only moment. Raindrop, let go, become the ocean. Possibility is as wide as the space we create to hold it. Born right now for a reason. The reason is up to you. Just think, if so much is controlled by so few, imagine how much so many of us could all do. When you consider this system runs off of our fuel, if we stop running along, we see just who's ruling who. The game don't exist if we don't play by its rules. So don't be scared of the spark in the spell of great darkness, or afraid of the light in the moment of dawning, or the heights you will reach when you rise to your calling and release all your reign. Call it flying or falling. Let go of your wanting and give in to your longing to live free of possession and full of belonging to the intricate infinites. We're all a part of the web that you wove in a dream you'd forgotten was the creator awakening into our conscience, condensation of vapor into a droplet of water.
Ooh, wow. Ah, yes, empresses. Breathe that in, like really feel that. This song came on while I was in the shower today. And I just started bawling like ugly cry. And I was like, this is the song. Just found it today. How divine, right? So I want you to know I pulled a card during the womb tapping, the Chariot. This is fucking powerful because, first of all, what this song that we just moved through is really around the legacy that we're here to leave. And with so much power being held in the few, can you imagine what we could do if we actually allowed the power to get in the hands of the women? So, my dears, this is our strong calling you forward to day 2. We're closing today's ceremony to allow you be in this beautiful dark moon energy, but tomorrow is our Liquid Legacy Masterclass. This is an invitation for women who are desiring to step into their calling or amplify their calling, to allow yourself to crack through the barriers of all that is within your wealth, within your leadership, within the way you collaborate with community, allowing you to rise. And so the Chariot, coming back to the card, is a card of forward momentum, decisive action. He's like on a fucking mission, right? Which is freaking hilarious because when you hear more about reclamation, this is one of the themes of the days. We can do so much healing work, right? But what legacy are we truly leaving? If our work, if our magic, if our medicine, if our gifts are just being transactional for the here and now today, what are we actually leaving? And so tomorrow we're going to be introducing a shared wealth economy model that allows women to step in to their magic and medicine and create generational wealth, like quite fucking literally. Excuse my French, but I'm saying it because it's a strong, can you imagine what is possible when women reclaim their power, not just in their bodies, but what is full sovereignty, right? As within, so without, the wealth, the currency, the energy of that, all of which is life. So, my dears, who is going to be with us in day 2 tomorrow? Please put a yay in the comments if you're like, fuck yes. You can put a replay, RP, if you want it, if you need to catch the replay, that's fine too. Oh, I am so deeply excited to share this space, especially with Monica. Can we just give a thank you to Monica and her beautiful activation, like that Russian doll mirror multidimensional visual of the lineage from before and after was like really recognizing and encapsulating where we're at right now and making this choice of what we're actually doing with this body, this vessel, this life, this essence that we have today. So I just so fucking honored to be on this journey with you, Monica. It is so powerful. And we know that the women who are feeling called to collaborate, they know that they're not meant to do this alone. They're meant to fulfill their mission, to step into their gifts, to share their magic with the world in sisterhood, in legacy, true liquid legacy. So we're very excited for day 2. Monica, do you have anything else that you would like to share as we close out the ceremony?
Yes, please. I want to close it out with I lit this candle for all of us, connecting with the element of fire. That fire will burn away, burn up anything that is blocking us from our highest vision, our highest mission. And a phrase that comes to mind, to heart, as I was listening to that song, it hit me was, would a flower hesitate to bloom? Would a
Yeah.
flower hesitate to bloom? Can you imagine building a legacy through dance and ceremony and cycles and the moon and the sun and the stars and the elements? That's what we're doing, y'all. You're watching it in real time. We are building legacy right now. And so I'm so excited to join together with all of you again tomorrow. And I will let that candle burn all the way down. Sacred love to all of you. Thank you so much for sharing space and time with us. I mean, this has just been magical. Chills all over my body again. Love you all so much. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, someone actually asked about the song. So I will share the Dark Femme Magic playlist that I have. This is what it's from. It's seriously like I think it's like 6 hours of really potent medicine music. I'll share it with those who watch day 1 and day 2, and you just let us know. We'll probably drop it. Maybe I'll just drop it when we go to the Liquid Legacy Masterclass, and then we'll just confirm. Or if you didn't get it and you wanted it and you missed it or whatever, and you were a part of day 2, then just send us a message. Thank you so much, everybody. It has been so beautiful to be a part of the space. I'll let you know the names of these songs, at least, just the songs that we did. So the first song was All of You by Maya Luna, the one that was like, you are welcome here. The next one was Awakening. I'm sorry. Awakening by Climbing Poetry. So Poetree, poetry, climbing poetry. There you go. Thank you all. Have a beautiful new moon. Yay.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.